Let's talk about that new mission statement from the Business Roundtable today, sparking a debate about the purpose of a corporation and why maximizing shareholder returns is no longer the main goal. A statement signed by almost 200 CEOs, including J.P. Morgan's Jamie Dimon, says companies should focus on all stakeholders, including employees, customers, and local communities. This is interesting. What do you guys think about this story today?
Very politically correct. One of the biggest asset gatherers, the strategist, the biggest asset gatherer out there is ESG, environmental, social, and governance. They picked up an extraordinary amount of funds, stolen funds from other active managers. So if you don't have a high ESG rating, then your stock's going to be sold. That's the bottom line. However, I would say that you have to believe in it also. If you take care of all stakeholders, I believe your stock will do better. You'll have a better company. You have a happier workforce, happier customers. So I think it's the right thing to do. But right now, it's a politically correct statement that happens to
remember, every conversation that anytime you would ask a CEO about, hey, why'd you do this deal? Hey, why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? Well, because it's in the best interest of shareholders. You can't necessarily give that answer anymore. It reminds me, I want you to watch this clip. Right. When I saw this, it reminded me of this conversation that David Faber had with Mike Pearson from a deal from back in the VALEANT days in 2015. You know, when VALEANT was under fire for being a roll-up, deal after deal after deal after deal, and when the music would stop, if ever. Here's the exchange, and I'll tell you why I bring it up.
So you don't need to do deals to continue to have the growth that you've had?
We absolutely don't.
Then why do you do them?
Well, because they create even more value for shareholders, and that's my job. It's our board's job is to do whatever we can to create value for shareholders.
The overriding answer above everything else is to create value for shareholders.
I think Stephen hits it on the head. I think it's the environment that collectively is not only politically correct, but it is the future. In that role, I don't think Pearson is going to be able to give David Faber that answer anymore. And the question that I would have is what happens to the role of activism in this new dynamic that we're going to create? Activism, are they able to just go in and basically argue that you're not creating shareholder value and you have to aggressively, in some mechanism, do something to incite that value?
But I think it's not just. But I don't think things change.
You don't. So you don't.
I don't think things.
I disagree. But I think maybe I'm just a little bit more idealistic. I don't think this is just the future, to Joe's point. I also think this is the past. In the 1920s, Henry Ford gave his entire company a raise. Everyone that worked on the line, the assembly lines, and they asked him why he did it. Nobody made him do it. There was no union strike. He said, if I don't, how are these people supposed to purchase automobiles from us? I think that form of capitalism that used to exist, there is room for it to come back and benefit the shareholders. And here's Exhibit A, Walmart. Here's a company that unilaterally, after getting destroyed in the press for coaching employees to utilize welfare benefits better and underpaying people, they said, you know what, here's what we're going to do going forward. And I'm not saying like they made everyone a millionaire, it works for them, but they took concrete steps to make it a better quality of life for the people working there. McDonald's did it also. Go look at the share price of Walmart. Go look at the share price of McDonald's. And if you don't believe that happier employees make your customers happy in the process of serving them, then you don't know anything about business. You should leave. You just learned how to be rapacious and rip the profits out of a company. That's not how to run a business.
Mark Benioff says, he puts out on Twitter, and it's sort of to your point, as the face of the workforce, is changing, getting younger, whatever. Americans overall say CEOs should take a stance on public issues. Support for such action is overwhelming among those ages 25 to 44. Among those ages 25 to 34 in the Fortune poll, 80% say they want to work for, quote, engaged
It's dangerous,
companies.
Though, because then you have companies that are Republican and companies that are Democrat. And Google is going through this right now. They had conservative employees who voiced certain opinions, and they ended up with massive protests right outside their headquarters. I don't know how you do what Mark is suggesting. He's done a good job of it. I don't know that every company can do that.
He's done a phenomenal job of it.
Yeah.